God. Ask God.
Hi, Scott. My name is Reagan. I have been listening to your podcast for several months now, and you've got me really pumped and excited about something that gives our family a lot of hope for the future. That being said, I'm going to ask what it probably is a very newbie type of question, but I know what a SKU number is. I see it on products that I purchase all the time, but can you break down what that is as far as from the seller's point? I guess I hear that term thrown around a lot, and I guess I would just like that broken down, how we get the SKU number and how that becomes part of our product or attached to our product, other than the obvious packaging and things like that. So thanks again for all you do. Again, you've motivated and inspired a lot of people, including myself and my husband. And look forward to hearing your answer. Thank you.
Hey, Reagan, thanks so much for the question. And I really do appreciate you being a listener. And I'm glad that it has gotten you fired up and, excited, because I think it all comes down to, if we can get excited about stuff, we can really get motivated to do certain things, whether it's this business or whether it's working out or whatever, right? If we get excited about stuff, it does motivate us to want to take action. And if we take action, we get results. You guys all know I preach that. So that is a huge thing here. All right. So thanks again for posting your question. I love to hear from each and every one of you that are listeners, and as far as if it's impacting you or exciting you or getting you motivated. So thank you for that. Okay. So to answer your question, and some people listening might be like, well, this is a basic question. It is a basic question, but if you're starting out, you don't know this stuff. And some people that have even been going at this for a little while, they might be doing it wrong just because they felt that they had to do it this way. All right. And I was one of them when I first started. Okay. So you don't really have to think about things as like, all of these different SKUs or the ASIN or all of that stuff when you're putting together your packaging. It's really what it comes down to. So number one, let's just talk about the UPC code. The only reason you need a UPC code, okay, that you can purchase from an online vendor, cheap barcodes, or if you Google any of those, I'll put a link in the show notes to one of the ones I've used. Okay. They're pretty cheap. Okay. And to get the barcodes, but the barcode is there only to create the listing. Okay. Now, if you have multiple variations, if you have like one product, but it has 3 variations like red, green, and blue, you're going to need a UPC code to create each variation. Okay. So that's step one. Okay. The only reason we need that UPC code is to create the listing in Seller Central. Okay. That's it. Once we do that, we can almost like slide it to the side and we don't even need to look at that again. Okay. Because now what we can do is we can then find our FNSQ number. And that's basically Amazon's UPC code in a sense. That's the one that they're going to sort your or pick your products from their inventory when it comes through. Okay. So an easy way to get this is even if you just created your listing and it's brand new, you can go in like you're going to fulfill it. And then it's going to then show you the FNSQ. It'll say, would you like to show the FNSQ number? You're going to check a little box and it's going to have a drop-down menu and you're going to see the FNSQ number right there. Now, you can also see it in the back end if you're going into the back end. Again, I can't visually do that for you right now, but just let me say that the FNSQ number is Amazon's, that's their unique identifier. Okay. Now, if you don't want to even find that number right now and you don't want to rely on your shipper or your printer, that is, not shipper, your printer, to print that properly, because that could be a mistake, that could be bad, right? But if you want to keep it simple, you can take the UPC code, you can have that printed on your box, and then you can have Amazon label the FNSQ on for you at a 20 cent per unit fee. That's what they charge. And I've done that. I've done that for up to about past 3 months, because all of my packaging was already created, and I just got a little lazy and I didn't want to have my printer change the packaging and stuff like that. I know it sounds kind of silly, but everything was running smoothly, so I didn't want to break anything. It's kind of silly, but that's how I thought. But now I have changed over, and any new products that I roll out, I'm using the FNSQ number. Now, the other little thing that you need to be aware of is if you use a UPC code and it's on your packaging, you can can then sell that in retail. So if you're going to put that in retail eventually, you'll take that UPC code and that's the identifier of that product. And then you can use that in different retail locations. Okay. Because that's the identifier for you for that particular product. But Amazon has their own FNSQ number. So I hope that makes sense. So really the only thing you need to understand is a UPC code is needed when you create your listing. Okay. When you want to get it in the catalog on Amazon. It's basically your identifier of that product. So a UPC code is really there for you to create the listing. And then from there, you're going to grab the FNSQ number from Amazon, and then you're going to have that printed on your packaging, whether they print it for you at 20 cents a piece or if you have your manufacturer do that. So I hope that that's helped. Okay. And again, for some people, it seems simple and easy, but I mean, I didn't get that in the beginning either. I just thought UPC, I'm going to have it, a sticker made and put on my packaging, and then I'll have Amazon put their label on it. And I didn't realize that I could save 20 cents by doing that. I just, again, because I take action, I don't really overanalyze. I just kind of get it done. And the 20 cents to me was so small in the big scheme of things. So again, hope this has helped. If you guys want to submit a question, head over to theamazingseller.com/ask, and you can do that. I want to also, again, remind you guys, if you're brand new and this is your first time to the show, I want to welcome you. I love hanging out with you guys. This is just awesome to be able to virtually connect like this. And that's why I love the Ask Scott sessions. But if you are brand new and you're just getting your feet wet and you don't understand the entire process, the entire business model, I would recommend attending one of my live free workshops. This is where I break it down for you in 5 phases: how to pick a market and a product, how to source it, how to do a pre-launch, how to do a launch, how to promote the product, and everything in between. We go over that on a workshop, and we go through every single thing. We also do live Q&A. So if you want to attend one of them, I would love to invite you to the next one, and you can register for the next one by heading over to theamazingseller.com/workshop, and you can register there for an upcoming workshop. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business. So definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there and some of it is really, really good. But what I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business. And this way here, you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.